When you build perfection, it is not a quick and easy process. Perfection takes time. Lots and lots of time. Every little detail counts for Italy's finest hypercar that is made for the richest of the rich. You know you have to get the next model right. From the start of the pencil and paper, to the clay modeling, to the thousands of hours it takes to research and develop, all for just one car. Pagani has only made 3 different models since the year 1999, with the debut of the legendary Zonda C12 that looked and sounded like nothing else. Then 12 years later, in 2011, the absolutely gorgeous Huayra debuted as the successor to the Zonda, but now nearly 12 years later, a new model is here. And that model is called, well, we don't know the exact name for it yet, but its internal code name is the C10. And in today's video, I will be giving you everything you need to know about Italy's next masterpiece, because it's finally here. Also, today is Labor Day at the time I'm filming this, and it is nighttime, but yeah, I have the patriotic shirt on instead of like a car shirt normally, but yeah,
That's really pointless of me to say that.
But if you haven't already, please subscribe down below to help me achieve my dream of becoming a successful YouTuber. I make all types of content on this channel, from everything from car reviews to my opinions to my car redesigns to informative videos to short videos, and basically every single thing a car guy would want in a YouTube channel. So make sure you hit that subscribe button down below and turn on post notifications so you'll be notified every single time I make a new video. But yeah, without further ado, let us jump right into the video. So, firstly, Pagani's new successor to the gorgeous Huayra doesn't have an official name that we know yet, as I was saying, but we do know its code name, and that is the C10. If you didn't already know, there was a very blurry leak that spread rapidly online back in the very start of 2022, and it was supposedly a new Pagani because of the design language that looked like a Zonda and Huayra mixed up together, but no one knew actually what that Pagani was. It could have been an all-new one-off Huayra model, or it could have been a concept car. Who knows what it was, really? But what everyone assumed was that it was the successor to the Pagani Huayra. And from what it looks like, everyone was correct. So taking a look at the spy shots, it seems pretty accurate to the leaked picture, but as I said a few seconds ago, this model looks like a Huayra and a Zonda mixed up together.
Which is not a bad thing.
Well, it's a good thing at least for the rear, because the rear, considering all of the camouflage that's covering up all the body lines, it still looks pretty good from what we can tell so far, but the front, not that really great looking in my opinion, but tell me what your thoughts are in the comments down below. Most enthusiasts call Pagani's art on wheels, which you literally never hear coming out of people's mouths when they are talking about a car of all things, and a car is just supposed to be a mode of transportation, but oh no, to Pagani, it is much more than that. Attention to detail is key, and it remains the same with every model and special edition that they release. Pagani makes some of the finest automobiles on the planet, and every model is literal eye candy from the inside and out. And Horacio Pagani, the founder and father of Pagani, has created absolute masterpieces since 1999, when the very first Zonda rolled out of the production line. The brand new Pagani Huayra Codalunga recently got released a few months ago, which is essentially a long-tail version of the Huayra, but if you take a look at the extremely blurry leaked image and then compare it to the Codalunga, you can kind of see a few similarities in the design, so I am assuming the Codalunga was a preview of the next model that debuts a few months after, the all-new C10. According to the majority of car enthusiasts, Paganis have always been beautiful from every angle, but in my honest opinion, their first ever model, the Zonda, it didn't really look that good, but again, that's just my opinion. The rear of the Zonda is really eye-catching for me though, and it looks just awesome. It has the iconic Pagani circular center exit quad exhaust in a square pattern, and for the Huayra successor, it will still carry on that iconic design trait. Oh, and speaking of the Huayra, I think it is definitely the best looking Pagani so far, and a lot better looking than the Zonda in my opinion, and the Huayra is just gorgeous from every single angle in my opinion, and probably one of the most timeless designs ever. But my friend Saman actually owns a Huayra, and he has actually ordered and seen the brand new C10. So his order is already locked in, and he locked it in a few months ago actually. It's really cool because he actually does use his cars that he actually purchases, which will be the same thing for the C10, and he actually loves his Huayra so much, and I know he will really love the C10 also, because, well, let's just discuss it. In one of the teasers of the C10 on Instagram, it showed it a gated manual gearbox, which in this world of switching to automatic gearboxes only, heck, even car brands just basically just cutting off the internal combustion engine completely. This is just so sweet to see, you know, but only if this car didn't cost so much. Which brings us to the price. So my assumption for the cost will be maybe around $3 million, but tell me in the comments what you think and how much the C10 would cost, in your opinion, based on your thoughts and assumptions and estimates.
Yeah.
Of course, since this car is super expensive, you would expect it to be not a mass production vehicle, so it will obviously be super limited. So probably around 100 units will be made before all of the tens of special editions that Pagani will make. But several sources are saying that there will be maybe 280 to 300 being made. Now, I don't know if that is in total with all of the special editions or just the standard C10, but we'll just have to find out. But let's just be real, probably like 0.00000.1. But what I'm trying to say is that most likely no one that is watching this video will be able to afford a car that's worth over $3 million and even get an allocation for it. But I didn't say nobody was watching this video who can afford it. We already know that this car will have a gated manual transmission, but I am assuming that there will also be an automatic option for this car, but not in the way you're thinking. The Huayra has something that almost no other car has, where you can switch gears manually with a gear lever in the middle of the car, or you can use the paddle shifter to shift through the gears, but only recently have we seen another manufacturer do something similar to this, but also kind of better. And that is an automaker that you just might have heard of a few times, and that is Koenigsegg. With the Swedish hypercar maker's newest model, the CC850, it can be driven with paddle shifters and shift like an actual car with an automatic gearbox, or it can be driven with a manual gearbox with a clutch pedal. So maybe this patented invention will be used in the Huayra Successor, or at least something similar to this, but we'll just have to wait and see again. For the engine, the Mercedes-Benz AMG Source 6-liter twin turbocharged V12 should be the heart of the C10. And some rumors have stated that it could be tuned to around 850 to 880 horsepower, which is just a lot of power just going to the rear wheels, a little bit too much if you ask me. And also, will it be a disappointment that it will still use the 6-liter twin-turbo AMG V12 that is from the Huayra, except just tuned a little bit more? Because you can just tune the Huayra's engine, you can just put a new exhaust on it, straight pipe it, something like that, to get a few extra horsepowers, but you can also just maybe upgrade the turbos, I don't know, but will that be like just not as special, considering that the Huayra was a big jump from the Zonda, which used a naturally aspirated V12, and then the Huayra, which succeeded the Zonda, used a twin turbo V12. So just tell me your thoughts in the comments below. Will it be special enough? But there have also been some rumors that this car could come with a naturally aspirated V12, but I don't know if that's even in consideration with Pagani, but if it is,
Good gosh, I hope it is.
oh, and speaking of naturally aspirated V12s, the track-only Zonda R actually had something from the Huayra in plain sight before the actual car even debuted and was seen by the public. For the Zonda R, Pagani didn't even use the Zonda's frame. They used the chassis of the Huayra, but with the Zonda R's bodywork on top of it, which is just so awesome to me, and was really basically a test mule of the Huayra if you think about it. But my theory is that the Huayra R's chassis isn't even the Huayra. It's the C10.
Maybe.
Also, speaking of the Huayra R, it's been said that some of the braking and suspension technology could possibly be carried over to the C10, and if that's true, that would actually be pretty cool. My assumptions for the top speed is around 240 to 245 miles per hour, which is around 10 to 15 miles per hour faster. That was achieved by the Huayra, which came before this model. My estimate for the 0 to 60 time is probably around 2.9 seconds, and I wouldn't claim anything better because all that power is just going through the rear wheels with a manual gearbox and a really lightweight car, which really isn't the most ideal car for launching. Oh, and speaking of the weight, I would assume that this car would weigh around 2,900 pounds, which is heavier than the Huayra that came before it, which weighed around 2,822 pounds exact. But just keep in mind that this car could use a lot more technology and a lot more advanced things, and possibly a dual clutch transmission with that 6-speed manual gearbox, or even a 7-speed, who knows. But either way, we do know that it will carry a manual gearbox. But unlike the Huayra that used a single clutch gearbox, this could possibly use a dual clutch, as I was saying, but who knows, because Horacio Pagani said that the dual clutch gearbox is too heavy to be in one of their cars, and that car that I am talking about is the Huayra. So that is basically it for today's video. If you did enjoy today's video, please give it a like and subscribe down below if you haven't already. And that is basically it for everything that we know so far about the Pagani C10. Now, Pagani has really kept this car secret. They haven't really been seen testing like out with the mules and all of the production bodywork on the test cars, but we just have to wait and see on September 12th when this car debuts, and I'm super excited for it because the last time we saw a brand new Pagani model from the ground up was when the Huayra debuted back in like 2011, which was like 11 years ago. That is almost as old as my little brother. And also, it is my dream to become a successful YouTuber. I make all types of content on this channel, from everything from car reviews to my vlogs to my personal opinions to redesigning cars to short videos and even informative videos such as this video right here. So if you haven't already, just check out all my other content. You'll definitely enjoy it, and it has something for everyone's taste. But it just takes 2 seconds to hit that subscribe button down below and turn on post notifications. It's really simple. If you did enjoy today's video, I hope to see you in a future video, and bye for now. With the Swedish hypercars maker,